Hey, beautiful women. Shakti here. We're on the 5th day of my journey through the 9 pillars of awakening Shakti with you. So, day 5, and we're on the beautiful theme of sacred body of woman. Sacred body of woman. This is another theme that is so close and dear to my own heart, and there's so much I could share with you around this theme. Every video I've made so far, I've pretty much just ad-libbed, and I'm going to continue to do the same. There's just so much I can say to this theme, and I really welcome your input, your comments, your reflections as always. So, do you recognize truly your body, all of it, as sacred? Because it is. And I know that to be true through many years of practice of mind-body awareness, working with energy, as a priestess, as a teacher of sexual awakening for women, as a tantrika. I know and I experience my body as sacred, and I see that sanctity in all women. I see that beauty in all women. Sometimes it's hidden a little bit, but it's always there. And the beauty, the radiance, and the sanctity that I see in all women has got nothing whatsoever to do with your age, with your shape, with your conforming to some culturally or socially determined ideal of feminine beauty. You are innately perfect, you are innately sacred, you are innately beautiful. Beautiful. And that is part of your divine feminine essence. And this has got nothing to do with what culture and society have told you. It's like pretty much every one of these modules and pillars we go into, you need to flip the story that you've been told on its head to find the actual truth. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my own story and about my own experience to illustrate, and I'm sure you might be able to relate to some of this. So, as a young girl, I was completely unself-conscious, wild and free, fully in touch with my body, my sensuality, my unfettered self-expression. Then came puberty and moving back. Also, I grew up in Germany to England, which I experienced England as very conservative and repressed as opposed to Germany, and sort of very uptight around the body, which kind of I thought was quite amusing. But anyway, so then that became a part of the culture around me. So of course, please know, if you don't already, I know it's kind of obvious, but I'm going to say it, that the beliefs that you might have about your body and your beauty and yourself, they are conditioned. They are not the truth until you get to the truth. So then in the society, in the culture, and in my family, the conditioning was very much that my value as a person was all about how I looked and whether I was able to attract attention from boys and men. And the stereotypical way that that seemed to happen was by having big breasts. At the time, that was fashionable, and a slim waist and long legs, right? And so I found myself lacking in that department, and my parents would frequently remind me that I was flat-chested and had a big bottom. And various other things. So the commentary from my parents was very much about how I looked, rather than supporting me in blossoming into my beautiful gift. So for example, I was very clever, very advanced intellectually, quite precocious in most subjects at school, but that was not really emphasized. I was a brilliant dancer, that was not emphasized. I was a brilliant artist, that was not emphasized. What was emphasized and repeatedly commented upon was how I looked. In my school, there was a girl who became anorexic, and then that started the whole dieting craze. I didn't even know what dieting was until this friend of mine at school became anorexic. So I started to diet thinking that I had to be thin, and I was already slim. I was an athlete. I was a competitive tennis player, a competitive runner, and a competitive swimmer. So I was really slim and fit, but I was sort of quite athletic looking, which didn't conform to the norm, right? And of course I noticed how girls with big boobs got all the attention, and I didn't, because I was intellectual, introverted, and flat-chested. Well, that was what I told myself, right? So that was what I told myself, and so therefore reality reflected my beliefs that I was not attractive. So flirting with dieting, becoming very thin, becoming underweight to the point that my period stopped. Didn't become anorexic, but it was, I wouldn't say I was close to anorexia, but I was definitely underweight and under eating and obsessively exercising. So that was me as a teenager, right? Fast forward to when my life shifted into teaching conscious dance, which was the first part of my awakening. I'd always loved dancing. It's where I meet God in an instant. It's my at-home place of my true nature expressing herself. I can't express to you how at one I feel with life, God, and the universe when I dance, and with my essence of being. So I trained in this dance practice, which was all about the joy of movement and conscious embodiment and moving with awareness. And so, even though I've always been naturally gifted in movement, dance, rhythmic movement, grace, strength, you know, give me anything to do practically with my body and it's easy for me. I wasn't in touch with my menstrual cycle. I wasn't in touch with the capacity for pleasure in my whole body, even though I was having great sex. I had no idea what chakras were or the energy meridians that run through the body. And I had no idea of the cosmic wisdom available to me through my body. I had no idea that my body was sacred. But I had a fairly good body image at that point. So as I began, I had a good body image. As I began to teach, though, all my students, pretty much, with a few exceptions, were women. And so I first began to teach dance in 2003. And all the women coming to my classes, pretty much, I would say 90%, if not 95% of those women, repeatedly made comments about their bodies and about their appearance that were critical, harsh, self-hating, and of course blatantly untrue. So I could see very clearly. And then, you know, I've been teaching women now since that time, since 2003, and that is a theme that comes up again and again and again and again. Oh my this, oh my that, oh this is ugly. And you know, it's so clear to me at this point that this is such a lie, and it's a lie that is told to women to control them and keep them small and keep them disempowered. Simple. And it pains me every time I hear a woman repeating this narrative of self-hatred and self-loathing and self-critique. You know, I can feel the emotion rising in me as I speak, because you are innately beautiful and perfect, and you need to know that. And everything else is a lie. It's a lie. And beyond that, your body is a gateway to God. Your body is a gateway to the most expansive levels of consciousness, of pleasure and ecstasy beyond what you could possibly imagine, to wisdom, to connection with transpersonal energies, to channeled insight, intuitive guidance, to healing, to birthing, to creating not just real flesh and blood children, but to birthing new worlds. This is the power that you contain within your body. And if you don't know that, I'm here to wake you up to that knowing. Oh, I didn't realize I was going to get that that passionate. Your body is a beautiful vessel for living life, for embodying spirit, for embodying Shakti, for embodying life and experiencing yourself as divine. And again, all the narratives that you may have been told by your church, by your religion, by your family, by your friends, about your body being dirty, disgusting, shameful, particularly the parts that are described or believed to be sexual, like your breasts and your yoni and your bum. The shame that is in those narratives is to control and keep you small and disempowered, and in forgetting of the true nature of your power and your feminine essence. Those parts, particularly your yoni, are most holy, most pure, most powerful. You know, you can awaken a man if he comes in reverence and simply gazes at your yoni. He can awaken with the power of her. Know that. Honor your body. Honor your body. And through your body, discover the wisdom within you, the gifts within you, the power within you, the knowing within you, the self-awareness within you, the ecstasy available to you. This is what you're born for. You're born for ecstasy. You're born for pleasure. You're designed for pleasure. You're designed to be orgasmic and not just a one-off little pfft. You're designed to be multi-orgasmic infinitely. It's a myth that men are more sexual than women. Actually, a woman truly in touch with her essence is infinitely available for sexual pleasure. Infinitely. It's just that there's been so much repression, shame, shutting down, fear, disconnect, disowning what is here. The most majestic, the most potent, the most powerful vehicle for living as embodiments of divinity, of consciousness. And this is the meeting place. In this body is the meeting place of sex and spirit. In this body is the meeting place of consciousness and energy. In this body is the meeting place of love and awareness. You can only have this experience whilst you're in a body. So don't waste time going on about how ugly, fat, unattractive, pockmarked, hairy, whatever you are. This is rubbish. This is rubbish. Your body is beautiful however it is, because that is how you're designed. Your body, okay, so the other thing is you've been taught perhaps to narrow down your pleasure and your experience of life to a very small part of who you actually are. So there's this physical body which looks dense, but there is also this energy body that permeates all of your being and around your being, right? And as you open your energy channels and as you become more aware inside your body, through all the practices that we do in the Awakening Shakti course, and any other practices that you already know and do, your sensitivity grows, your capacity to feel expands. You begin to realize that anywhere in your field, even outside the body, you can experience pleasure and sensation. You begin to realize that your whole body, not just your nipples, your breasts and your clitoris and your vagina, are sensitive and capable of ecstasy and orgasm. This is how you're designed. This is your true nature, right? It's been hidden. We're taking it back. We're taking this power back. We're reclaiming our bodies, we're reclaiming our energy, we're reclaiming our wisdom, we're reclaiming our intuitive gifts, we're reclaiming our ecstatic delight in living. Yes, that's what we're here for. We're here to make love with life in and through our bodies, in and through these beautiful divine vessels. So this means, of course, yes, take care of your body, love your body, touch your body, honor your body. Only allow someone into your field, let alone your body, let alone your yoni, who's honoring you. What intentions are they coming with? What are you allowing into your body and into your space and into your holy womb? What are you taking in? Know that what you take in is going to be amplified in your energy. So be conscious about what you take in, I say. And know that this body is yours. It is sovereign. No one has any rights over it. No. No one has any rights over this. You determine your pleasure. You determine your boundaries. You determine your yes and no. You determine what's right and what's not right. You're responsible for your pleasure also. So to be responsible for your pleasure, you have to know what pleases you by exploring that for yourself and by communicating, if you have a lover, honestly and transparently with him or her. Yes, no, more, less, like this, like that. I don't like that. Please stop. This is not okay for me. If you can't communicate in that way, you're dishonoring your body, you're dishonoring your energy, you're dishonoring your sacred body. The medical system out there pretty much doesn't know this, doesn't honor this. The world out there pretty much doesn't know this, doesn't honor this. We have to be it and then show, embody, and teach the world that this is the truth, right? We teach our daughters, we teach our nieces, we model this for our husbands by being it and really standing in this queenly sovereignty of embodying the sacredness of who we really are as women, as awakening women on this planet. Let's see, is there anything else that I feel to say? I didn't realize I was going to get so passionate about this topic. Well, it's really kind of stirred me up. Okay. All of the practices that I teach, my Shakti Yoga, my Dancing the Goddess, and of course the 9-month Awakening Shakti course are all designed to support you in deepening into this lived embodied awareness. This is not something that you can, none of it is something you can understand intellectually and then be. You have to come on down into your body. You have to do the practices. You have to gradually expand your sensory awareness, and you have to gradually fill your body with consciousness. If this is new to you, it's going to take time. It is not an overnight shift, which is why in one of the other posts that I made, you know, women, men, go to workshops, go to Tantra workshops. They think that's going to like change their lives overnight and they're going to be sexually awakened. What bullshit. Come on. This is a gradual process of opening. And as you open, so all the hidden aspects, the wounds, the shadows are going to rise. It's going to take time. You're not going to suddenly open to multi-orgasmic bliss overnight. It requires you to be dedicated to practices. It requires you to be willing to feel feelings you've not felt before. So everything is completely interconnected. If your body is numb in some area, which for many women it is, so yesterday, for example, I was talking about the heart and I was talking about the breasts and the heart connection, right? A lot of women have very little sensation in their breasts. And one of the reasons for that is because perhaps A, their whole body is numbed off because there hasn't been any kind of relationship in depth with conscious awareness in the body anyway, and 2, because the heart chakra can be closed off, and if the heart chakra is closed off, the breasts aren't feeling. As the heart chakra opens, the breasts feel more. As you bring more conscious awareness into your body, you feel more. So yoga, pranayama, tai chi, ecstatic dance, sexual and sensual massage, walking in nature, anything that begins to slowly open you once again to who you truly are, to the sensitivity, the incredible depth of sensitivity and receptivity that is available to you, that you may be doubting now as I speak to you, but I can assure you is there. Same goes for your yoni. So a lot of women have numbness in and around the yoni as a result of you touching yourself in ways that were overriding your body's yes and no, somebody else touching you in ways that overrode your body's yes and no. There can be a lot of trauma in the yoni, in the vagina, but also around. Using sex toys, using vibrators repeatedly can desensitize this area. Okay, so the body gets used to needing really intense pressure or friction to experience any sensation. So a deconditioning needs to happen for the exquisite subtlety of sensation to reignite and reawaken. But it is totally possible. I promise you that. Yes. So there can be numbness in those sacred parts, and so that requires your loving attention, your loving touch, your loving listening, your loving dialoguing with these body parts. I remember in my very first Nia technique teacher training, when I did my white belt level 1, part of that practice was, and the whole practice was about becoming minutely, acutely aware of every part of your body in every minute whilst teaching a class. So imagine that. I learned to be deeply aware of every sensation in every part of my body whilst I was listening to music, cueing movements, speaking guidance, and moving all at once. And I've been doing that for years. So it's really deeply ingrained in me, this deep sensory awareness. So listening, they asked us to dialogue with body parts. They taught me that body parts have a voice, that they speak. They taught me about my energy body, my chakras, my energy body, which permeates my whole being. And how when energy is blocked somewhere, I can move it, but I can also shift my levels of awareness and consciousness. So body is not just a physical thing. It might look physical, and of course it is the most dense incarnation of consciousness, but your body is consciousness incarnate, right? There's ultimately no separation. As you think, so you are. So another important thing I want to convey is, if you are holding beliefs about life, about your body, about yourself, they will shape your body. I can look at people's bodies and I can read their psyche. I can tell whether they're sexually awake or not. I can tell if they're holding shame somewhere in their body by looking. I can read the body. And this isn't that I'm something super special about me. It's simply this knowing and this training and this study that I've done. But I just want to make you aware that everything that you think and everything that you believe is in your body. So this is why on this course and in every way that I work, the healing and the transformation has to come in and through the body. Otherwise, it's just staying up here. And you're going to be spiritually bypassing and thinking you've done the work and feeling superior, and you're really not, because it hasn't gone all the way through. This is the work to bring it all the way through, down to the earth and back up again. Yeah, sacred body of woman. So we're almost at the end of this transmission. Let me just tune in for a moment. I think the biggest thing that I would like to share with you right now is this. Begin to listen to your body in every moment and allow your body to guide your choices. Know that your body is giving you information in every moment through sensation. Begin to listen and listen deeper. And one other point, being fully in your body, you are fully present in the now moment. There's a lot of stuff kicking off around us right now. We all know that, right? Coming back to your body is an instant way to bring yourself present and get out of your mind. It can be simply by noticing, what am I feeling now? What am I sensing now? That can be enough. And keep noticing what you are sensing. If you're noticing what you're sensing fully and you're with it and in it, you can't be thinking. Impossible. And sometimes moving the body is needed to move the energy. So right now, again, so much going on in the world around us. You may be feeling all kinds of things, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's normal, healthy, and welcome. And this energy can move more easily and freely through you if you move your body. I know it's very obvious, but sometimes we forget. I forget even. Go for a walk in nature, kundalini shaking, ecstatic dancing, tai chi, yoga, all of these different things. Move your body to move the energy. And as you move, you will also begin to connect more with your Shakti. So all of these kinds of practices connect you with your sacred feminine essence. She loves to dance. She loves to move. She loves to express herself. She loves to feel. She loves to be ecstatic. This is her true nature. She's there. She's in you. She's in all of us. And she really wants to be felt right now. Okay, that's me, over and out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. I really love all the comments that have been coming through, both underneath the videos and privately as well. Thank you so much. And tomorrow we're going on to day 6. So the 6th theme is authentic power and sovereignty. So a really big one. Again, they're all really big. So join me tomorrow. That is, what is tomorrow? Wednesday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon again. Same time as this, same place. Authentic power and sovereignty. Much love, much juiciness, much enjoyment of your body, ladies. Love the body you're in. It's all you've got, and it's your sacred, beautiful, divine self. Namaste. I love you.